As we get set to reveal the All-Star starters, keep this in mind. Once again this year, it's 2 backcourt and 3 frontcourt starters as selected by you, the fans. There were 4 players who received 1 million votes, and in the West, there was a player who made a move in the last 2 weeks that altered the starting lineup. All of that being said, let's go. Western Conference, All-Star starters, backcourt. Making his 16th straight appearance. Has only played in 6 games this year because of injury. But Kobe Bryant is in there, voted by the fans. All-Star game MVP 4 times, tied with Bob Pettit. And he will be in the starting backcourt. Don't know yet if he's going to be able to play. But he was not the leading vote getter.
Oh, Stephen Curry!
Oh, the first Warrior starter since Latrell Sprewell in 95. He's averaging 24, 9 assists, which is number 2 in the league. Both are career highs. And Steph Curry,
those are real numbers.
The leading vote getter in the backcourt in the Western Conference. Out of the front court. They're actually calling him a new nickname, by the way. Fifth straight All-Star appearance. Leading scorer at 31 a night. He's got 9 straight 30-point games. 3-time scoring champion, 2-time horse champion. Kevin Durant.
2-time horse champion. Could be the MVP.
It could be. Blake Griffin joins him along the front line, making his 4th straight All-Star appearance and his 3rd start. 23 points a game is number 9 in the league. 10 rebounds is number 14. And he's shooting 52% is the 2011 Rookie of the Year. And also on the front line, making his 3rd All-Star appearance and his 1st start, averaging 25 points a game, which is number 4, 13 rebounds, which is number 2, leads the league in double-doubles. Going into the final returns, he was 18,000 behind Blake Griffin.
He was online all day.
26,000 behind Dwight Howard. He made up no ground on Griffin, but he wound up with 8,000 more votes than Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard, not a starter for the Western Conference. Durant, Griffin, and Love on the front line. Steph Curry and Kobe Bryant, your starting backcourt in the Western Conference. So, Dwight Howard, not a starter. How much of a surprise is that for you, Shaq?
It's a big surprise. He's a likable guy. He was a fan favorite. And his team is winning.
He's been the leading vote getter in the past.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite, and his team is winning. Fat Mouth Chuck always likes to say, we want to reward teams that are winning. But, it happens. It was a time where Yao Ming always surpassed me by 3 million votes. He should just go out there. I know he's going to get picked by the coaches, hopefully, but very surprising. But congratulations to Kevin Love because, he puts in the work every night.
You see the comparative numbers. Give me the surprise factor for you, Jet.
Well, you go on, stats. Obviously Kevin Love has the stats. But you go, like I said, I reward winning. So I was surprised in that regard. Only if Minnesota was in the playoff position. If they were like solid in the playoffs, 6, 7, 8, then I would say, okay, I can understand it. But them being on the outside end, that's what makes it more surprising more than anything else. But his numbers are beyond all-star numbers as well, 25s and 13s. So that's why you see the consideration. They're not that 22 and 8, 22 and 10 numbers. Those are big boy numbers that he's getting statistically, even though I don't really follow stats that much.
Yeah, 25 and 13.
Kevin Love that's the MVP numbers. Obviously his team's not doing well, but I am surprised about Dwight Howard. It just shows you what he's gone through the last couple of years and certainly lost a lot of that goodwill. Shaq talked about, winning the most votes and now not being voted in. And so Kevin Love, who's kind of out there off the radar in Minnesota, putting up good numbers. A lot of people haven't seen it, but he got voted on, and he is definitely worthy, and we knew he'd be on the team. I'm just surprised that he's actually a starter.
And Steph Curry. Remember last year, everybody was, he's got to be on there, and he did not make it last year, so he makes it for the first time in his 5th season. Again, Latrell Sprewell, the last Warrior in 1995, to be named a starter in the Western Conference. So Steph Curry and Kobe Bryant make it. Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love along the front line.
Wow.
The poll question is, who should have been a starter? So we want you to text A, B, C, or D to 38657. LaMarcus Aldridge, Dwight Howard, Damian Lillard, and Chris Paul.
I think it could have been A,
are
B, C,
your
or D.
options.
There is.
all the
I don't think
above.
there's a bad. You can't. I don't think there's a percentage winner in that. I think all of those guys. If you took those 4 guys and added one other guy, they could probably beat the starting team.
But if you had to pick one, who would you pick? I'm gonna go with D.
Aldridge.
I would go with Chris Paul.
Yeah, I gotta go with D.
I would go AD. AD.
One,
Well,
man. Not
the
two.
injury situation, too, has come into
BC.
play on this thing, too.
Yeah.
Injuries
Yeah.
to Westbrook, to Chris Paul, to Kobe. But Kobe's
If
still
you add one more guy
still
to
able
that 5, they could beat that starting 5. Seriously.
Yeah,
That 4
I
right
agree.
there.
I agree.
You add one guy.